Greetings of love, everyone, and welcome to the first official teaching of Stacy and Pablo Martin, aka medium Mikala Martin and her husband, Chris Martin, on our husband and wife channel, the I AM Octave, which we've done a couple videos explaining the purpose of our husband and wife channel for all of you recently. And please only share us with open-minded and open-hearted brothers and sisters. As my husband and I created this beautiful background for all of you, it turned out much nicer than we thought it would be. But it says, the I AM Octave. It says, teachings through the true self of husband and wife couple, Mikala and Chris Martin, aka Stacy and Pablo Martin. Exploring in a variety of topics from a higher perspective. Unconditional love that is unfiltered and uncensored. Uncensored. Try saying that with an accent. Uncensored and not limited to duality. As we are a division of Yeshua's YouTube channel, Christ Phoenix Rising Academy. So if you want Yeshua's teachings, go to the Academy, ChristPhoenixRisingAcademy.com. On YouTube as well. How this came to be, for those of you that are new, I am psychic medium Mikala Martin. How this came to be for my husband and I, this very intimidating but fun project. Father, Mother, Adonai, Prompter, Creator, I am the Divine Within, had instructed us. They wanted us to expand teachings, wisdom, and knowledge that we know from our true self point of view or perspective. And at first we as a couple were like, I'm not sure we can do this because of doubt and fear and everything, and third density duality perception being in the human condition, which is normal. So then I kept getting the sense that my husband's true form, who he picked the name Pablo for entertainment purposes only, to make me laugh and giggle, but also it has a spiritual symbolic meaning behind the name Pablo. Just like my name that I chose for my true self, Stacy, which is not our true self names, but we'll go with it for entertainment purposes only. As only 12% of our true self form is in the physical forms that you would know as Chris and Mikala, if that makes sense. So having said that, the rest of our true self is doing things on other dimensions, multidimensional beings, like all of you. So therefore, when Father, Mother, Adonai put it in our head that we needed to do a channel together, we originally relucted and said no. But then, the more we thought about it, as a happily married couple, we said okay. As we are one with all of you, and one with Father, Mother, God, Adonai, I am Prime Source Creator. As Yeshua himself said, let thy will be done. And thy will is love. So having said this, we made the decision as a couple to have a separate YouTube channel for the brothers and sisters of the collective that are interested in remembering. Notice how we said remembering wisdom and knowledge that's already within them as a soul, on a soul deep level, from a twin flame higher self perspective. And how this will work, for those of you that have not seen the previous video, how this will work, I, medium Mikala Martin, will be stepping aside and letting my true self form, Stacy, and my husband's true self, Pablo, step in and teach all of you about different topics that we have been presented by Father, Mother, Adonai, Harm's Creator, and some topics that we wanted to address with all of you as well. But back in, I want to say 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago in time and space, my husband Chris and I did a video on Yeshua's YouTube channel talking about twin flames and the power of love and what we had experienced. And many brothers and sisters were commenting to us and emailing us saying, why don't you do more teaching like that together with your husband and from your true self point of view. So thank you to the brothers and sisters that have suggested it. And again, the same rules apply on our YouTube channel as they do on Yeshua's. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Use your own discernment. Go within, go within, go within. As we have had several negative comments about Yeshua on his Rumble channel, Christ Phoenix Writing Academy, and on his YouTube channel, Christ Phoenix Writing Academy. On Rumble, we, as part of the Ananda family, Yeshua and everyone else, is known as the Ananda Family Official. And if you want to follow Yeshua's family, the Ananda family, on Rumble, you can do that. Ananda Family Official, and you'll see us there. So if we're not over there on YouTube at the Academy, we're over here as a happily married couple teaching all of you. Yes, Yeshua will still be doing teachings. Ascended Master Saint Germain will be doing teachings, and others when they're ready. But for now, we, as a happily married couple, are going to do a more advanced teaching on different topics. And that is what we're going to talk about with all of you today. How do I make this smaller for you guys to see? There we go. Sorry, loves. Please be aware that when I step out of the body completely to let my husband's true form or my true self speak to all of you, it is different. It is not ego-based. It is not third density duality consciousness. It's pure unconditional love. And these topics is what we're going to address for all of you today. The basis of this husband and wife YouTube channel called the I AM Octave was presented to us by Prime Source Creator, Father, Mother, Adonai, Yahweh, I Am, whatever you want to call the energy of unconditional love that is within and around all beautiful divine creation. The breath of life, the breath of love, the life support, whatever you want to call it. Yeshua refers to it as Father, Mother, our womb consciousness, which is Abba is Father, and womb, it symbolizes the womb of a mother. So Abun is Father, Mother, Creator. For those of you that don't know, that is the Aramaic term that we use. But sometimes we'll say Adonai, which is the Egyptian way of saying it. But you're more than welcome to say it how you wish. You can say Great Spirit, Divine Love, I Am, Prime Source Creator, Yahweh, whatever you want to call the energy of unconditional love, whatever resonates with you. It's perfectly fine. There's nothing but love here. There is no judgment. We're all one with you. We're all equal to you. But to all the haters that are on Yeshua's YouTube channel and Rumble channel, we only have one thing to say. There is a saying that goes, if you can't say something nice about our family, do not say it at all. And that goes for the Bible thumping Christians that want to preach at us that we're going to hell or that we are committing adultery and blah blah blah. We send you love anyway and ask you to please unsubscribe and move on with love. Okay? Because my husband, Chris, and I are not going to tolerate negative energy in our energy field or on our husband and wife YouTube channel. And neither is Yeshua. If that makes sense. So if you can't say something nice, please don't even comment. Just move on. Because we think some of you just come on there to be nasty and negative and say a negative thing about Yeshua or my husband or myself or any other member of our family just to get a rise out of us. Guess what? It's not going to work. Having said this, we send you love anyway and ask you to move on. And we wish you nothing but the best moving forward on your spiritual journey of evolution and awakening. Now, for the brothers and sisters that have stayed at the Academy and here on the Husband and Wife channel, the I Am Octave with Chris and Mikala, or Stacy and Pablo, we welcome all of you and we thank you and we love you for being here. And thank you for coming to the advanced teachings of ourselves, Stacy and Pablo. So good to see all of you with divine love. And not only share us with open-minded and open-hearted brothers and sisters. And if you want to see the first official announcement that we made about this YouTube channel, the I Am Octave, you can go to Yeshua's Academy channel, Christ Phoenix Writing Academy. Just type it in under YouTube, and we should be the first ones to pop up. And you will see why we chose our true self name for social media purposes to be Pablo and Stacy. You'll see why we chose those names. As we're not going to go into detail about it, but you guys can see it in the post section over on Yeshua's channel, Christ Phoenix Writing Academy. Okay, so we're going to go over some topics that we wanted to address, and we addressed some yesterday in time and space, such as the upper room, or some may say the higher octave, or some may call it the I Am Octave. We were going to name our husband and wife channel the higher octave, but we realized there were so many YouTube channels with that name. My husband and I were like, no, we got to come up with a different one. So we did. We came up with the I Am Octave to symbolize Father, Mother, Adonai, Prime Source Creator, I am within, in the octave of wisdom, knowledge, peace, oneness, and unity that is I am within. beyond all perception, duality, fear, ego, third density consciousness, duality programming. So therefore, how these topics will be given, sometimes it'll be me, Stacy, aka Mikala Martin, and sometimes my husband's true self will do his thing through the body while his physical form is at work. Because given his permission to do so, we could do this together. When he steps into the body, I go home, be with our children, so he can speak to you from his true self perspective, while his physical form may be elsewhere, if that makes sense, loves. And the topics that we wanted to talk about here on our husband and wife channel, we'll just put it like that, is the high octave, or the I AM octave, the greater awakening of consciousness, the ascension. We're going to be talking about twin flames. We're going to be talking about the meaning behind circumstances. We're going to be talking about whatever we acquire to talk about. We're going to be addressing terms that you probably never heard of, like the upper room and the library, which the Akashic records, which we will be addressing in upcoming teachings from our true self POV. We will be addressing how the oneness of consciousness is all connected, universal consciousness, and many other topics that we're going to talk about. But today, we wanted to dive deeper into the upper room, or the I AM octave, as my husband gave me this teaching to give all of you, and I said, well, why don't you do it in your true self form? Why don't you do it? And the way we're going to explain this to you is going to be in simple English terms so that the mind can resonate with it. As there are many levels of consciousness, as Yeshua himself said in your biblical text, my Father's house of many mansions. For those of you that read the biblical text, you know what we're speaking of. But I, Mikala Martin, do not read scripture. I don't care to. Because my thing is, if I need to know something or understand something, Father, Mother, Adonai, Prime Source, Creator, I Am, will guide me to it and tell me itself. Do I read books? Yes. But I also ask for clarity when I read certain terms or watch certain things, because for those of you who don't know who I am, I like to dissect everything. Why this movie is the way it is, what's going on in the movie, what's going on in the book. I have read every single spiritual book that you can think of. Does that make me an expert? No. Every soul is growing, learning, and evolving. We're no different than any of you. But yes, my husband and I have had many physical embodiments together on beautiful Mother Tara. 20 to be exact. And with our accumulated knowledge and the wisdom of I Am that flows through us daily, We will be talking about a variety of those topics, relatable to you guys, the collective. Like, for example, what is God? What are the steps in the ascension? Because many of you may be experiencing ascension symptoms due to the collective intense energies, such as fatigue, tiredness, upset, pain in the body. Give the body what it needs. Nurture the body, love the body, experience love. We will be talking about a variety of subjects that you might have heard from Kimberly Palm and others like Dolores Cannon and others that are in the spiritual community. But we are not here to judge. We are only here to clarify the truth with love. Our truth is our truth and your truth is your truth. What is true for you might not be true for Chris and I or Pablo and Stacy. The only real truth is love, unconditional love, that is infinite and stays the same regardless of perception. That is Father, Mother, Adonai, Prime Source Creator. If that makes sense. So therefore, this channel, the husband and wife channel, the I Am Octave, will be speaking about a variety of topics for all of you that's relatable to you whenever we have time to do so. Because my husband and I are very busy physically and spiritually as well. As we are multidimensional beings, as you are, so our physical forms might be doing something, helping the collective in some way. And then our true self form may be doing other things on other dimensions, if that makes sense. Because consciousness is ever flowing. It never stops. It's always love. And there is a term that you guys might know that is experiencing simultaneously. That means the soul is experiencing multiple things at once. Like, for example, part of me is in the Mikala form that you know as Psychic Medium Mikala, and then the other part of me is out of the body with my children on other dimensions, with Yeshua on the 3i Atlas ship, and doing multiple things for the collective, especially at nighttime. So my husband, Chris, and I are always busy, physically and otherwise. But we are going to try and do as many teachings as we are allotted. But not to fear, though, Yeshua will still be doing his teaching over on his YouTube channel, Christ Phoenix Running Academy, when there is an important teaching to be given. These will not be channelings, as some people would refer to them. These are messages of divine love. These are wisdom and knowledge from I Am. That is going to be a fractal of us. We are a fractal of it. It is within us and around us. We will be talking about the true self, or some call it the higher self, and how the whole process is. we will be talking about multidimensional living or simultaneous living or simultaneous existence. We will be talking about twin flames. We'll be talking about Father, Mother, Adonai, I am, Prime Source Creator, and whatever Father, Mother, Adonai gives to us, we will also be talking about as well. But yesterday in Time and Space, we touched a little bit on the upper room, or some may call it the I Am Octave, or some may call it the greater expansion of awareness, which is not really a room. They just call it a room because the third density mind tries to configure it and wrap its head around it. That's why it's called a room, but it's not really a room. It's a big, beautiful space of divine love and light. All you feel from it is love. So let's see if my husband wants to do it, or if he wants me to do it. Because we talked about it last night for all of you to kind of elaborate on it. Okay, he's saying me. So I'm supposed to do it, and then I guess next time he'll do a teaching for you. Okay. So the way the upper room is, you have your upper room that is a higher awareness that you can go during your meditation and prayer, or even descending the body. Notice how we said descending the body, because when you're ascending, you're going up. When you descend, you're coming to your third density perception in your physical body. So when you ascend the body and descend into higher awareness, then things become more sharper for all of you. Things become more intensified. The truth is shown to you in your life review, which we will talk about in another teaching. But in your upper room, when you are in your meditative state, or when you transition the vehicle of the body, as Yeshua says, you will see your spirit guides, ascended masters, teachers, and loved ones, and angels who wish to assist you on your continuing journey. Because when the soul leaves the body, it goes to this upper room or higher state of consciousness to understand what it has done physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually done to help brothers and sisters in itself and the collective, and how it affects all beings and it's encompassed, if that makes sense. You will see everything in this upper room that you have ever accomplished and not accomplished. Different paths you might have gone on in your life review. You can see all of this like a projector screen, like a movie, and you're just viewing it from a higher perspective. In this upper room, you have a chance to understand it from a higher level. When you let go of your ego, your filters, your perceptions, your third density consciousness duality, and distortion in programming and belief system. And what is third density duality? That is pain, suffering, distortion, revenge, evil. Anything that is negative thinking, that is unlike love, is third density duality perception. When you're in your true form, or some may call it your higher self form, you are not conditioned to limitation, beliefs, programming, third density duality perception. The only thing you are connected to is unconditional love. That is where you remember in your upper room, when you're back in your true self form, beyond duality, that is when you remember how pure unconditional love feels and how you have done things as a conscious, creative being of love and light. It is in that way that you choose to expand your consciousness from your true self perspective. You can choose whether you want to be something and then come back and then be something else. You always have divine free will. Divine free will is given to you freely to use constructively and wisely for the greater good of humanity. But some beloved brothers and sisters use it for harm and negative energies or the negative polarity, taking the life of another beloved brother or sister or anything of that nature. This is not what love is. If that makes sense. Love is unconditional love that is untainted by perception, duality, fear, and programming. When you're in your upper room, you have time as a soul to contemplate, as Yeshua says, to understand and focus on your life. Focus on what you feel. A lot of the collective that have done their life review and gone to the upper room may perceive nothing but love. Because it is love. And that's why when you're in your NDE, near-death experiences, most of the time children and adults do not want to come back because they are so in love with I am. They remember the truth of love. They feel it within the mind, body, and soul. This is just one of the many topics that we will be talking about. Because as we said, the upper room, or the higher octave, is nothing more than a greater state of awareness. You've heard Yeshua say, become as the Buddha is. Become in a higher state of frequency, a higher understanding of awareness. As Yeshua himself said, nothing is done to you, but rather for you. So when you perceive from the lens of Christ, that is love, you will look at things from a higher perspective, your I am octave, and ask yourself, how is this for my greater good? What is this of love? What lesson is behind this expression and experience that I need to integrate or understand at this time? And that is just a few topics that we're going to be addressing and talking about. But the soul is ongoing. It's always busy. You've heard Yeshua and myself and all of us in the Ananda family say, we're always busy behind the scenes. This is true. We are. We're always busy helping you guys, brothers and sisters of the collective. with the ascension and with the transformation of beautiful Mother Tara and with the healing of Mother Tara and her inhabitants, brothers and sisters of the collective, not only physically, but emotionally, mentally, and spiritually as well, as all things are interwoven together. If that makes sense. So nothing is not affected. Everything is affected by each other. Whether you're a physical being or a non-physical being, we're all affected. We're all divine love. We're all affected in the greater good or lesser. It doesn't matter. We're all one. So we want you to take a moment and think about what we have presented to you in this kind of rundown of our husband and wife YouTube channel. And let's see, are we forgetting anything? In the topic of the upper room, because we could call it the deeper contemplation room. And my true self gave me that for all of you. The deeper contemplation room. It's where you sit and you just be in your true self, your God Goddess power, and you feel that love. You understand that love. You understand that everything is a simple test. It was not real. The only reality, as Yeshua himself said, is love. And we, the part of the Ananda family, have had many embodiments as a family. Some of us more than others, but we're all equal in this family. And there is no separation. So we all need to see it from one lens, the lens of love, not the lens of duality and fear, but the one lens of love, of equality, or righteousness, or Yeshua says, right useness, the right use of love, rather than duality of fear, pain, distortion, and separation. We also will be expanding more deeper on Yeshua's teachings to some degree. What was not said or what was not elaborated on. We also will be addressing how everything is one. We also will be addressing the mirror effect. And if you have been around for a while and you know these spiritual teachers like Dolores Cannon and Kimberly Palm and others, they have talked about the mirror effect, as we're all mirrors for each other. And we, the Ananda family, are ascended masters, but you are too. We're equal to you. There's no separation. We also will be talking about breath work, because Brother Gautama Buddha, as you guys know, he is part of this family as well. He is a Christed being that has been a part of this family for millennia. So my husband and I will be talking about him, and the importance of him, and the importance of breath work, and how he relates to it, and the peace and love that you feel from I am within. And we also will be doing some meditations as well. And we also will be... Honey, did I forget anything? I don't know if I... We also will be talking about divine union, the hieros schemos, divine union, and how everything is potentialized to be Christ, and what being Christ really means. It's not just a title. It is a frequency that is unconditional, that is love, that is one with Father, Mother, Adonai, I am. This is why we are the husband and wife couple, better known as Chris and Mikala, or Stacy and Pablo, here at the I AM Octave. Reminding all of you of the truth within, as a multidimensional being of divine creation. Stepping into your multidimensional self is what is happening slowly. We also will be talking about merging and integration and oneness. Finding peace amongst duality. Thank you, honey, for that little... Finding peace amongst duality, beyond the fear and limitations, because the soul is unlimited. It is only perception that restricts it. As Yeshua himself said, perception equals projection. So what one perceives, you thereby project outward into your awareness of consciousness. If you perceive from fear, pain, suffering, strife, evil, revenge, and darkness, you will receive that. If you perceive from the lens of duality and perception, you will receive it. And we also will be talking about the power of I am that is within. What you declare, you create, and by manifest. And many other topics. So we hope this kind of helps you a little bit understanding us and our husband and wife channel, the I AM Octave. And we hope all of you will join us, the ones that are ready and willing to receive these advanced teachings. If you do not like what is being said, do not get mad at us, because we are one with Father, Mother, Adonai, I am. Like all of you are one with us, as well as Father, Mother, Adonai, I am. Only take what resonates and leave the rest. We're not doctors. We cannot diagnose you of anything. You are everything that we are. You are unconditional love. You are worthy of love. We will be showing you how to incorporate more love into your life through these teachings, through the mind, body, and spirit, to transcend illusion and focus on the only reality of love as well, when we have time to do other teachings. But this was just a rundown of the teachings that we are planning on doing in the not so distant future. Because what is the future? Existing simultaneously. All time and space is existing simultaneously. It is one creative collective consciousness existing simultaneously at the same time. If that makes sense. And we want to say thank you to you, Father, Mother, Adonai, I am Prime Source Creator, for giving my husband and I, Pablo and Stacy, aka Mikala and Chris, another form to teach the collective in through the teachings that is yours, Father, Mother, Adonai, not ours. As we are one with you, Father, Mother, let your will be done through Chris and myself, only with the purity of unconditional love and truth given. And so it is. In the name of I am that I am. And so it is. We hope these teachings will serve as an infinite reminder of the powerful, creative, collective consciousness being, multidimensional being that you are. We also will be talking about self-mastery, how to become the master of that thyself, as Yeshua himself said, and what that entails, and how it doesn't happen overnight. It happens in a slow, gradual process, and a deeper understanding of your own power, how to harness your power, and use it only for the greater good of oneself and those around you. You are not the world around you, but remember, the world around you that you are seeing with your two physical eyes is a mirror reflection of what is within. Let go of the fear and turn inward to love. So we hope this little teaching rundown helps all of you. We hope all of you will share us with open-minded and open-hearted brothers and sisters as well, as you are an unlimited being of divine love. As many of you are asking, Chris and I, were we going to be on Rumble as well, like Yeshua is, doing this on Rumble? And the answer is no, because Rumble has been giving us quite a difficult time uploading teachings of Yeshua on his Christ Phoenix Running Academy channel, that we haven't been able to do one on there for him since Yeshua publishes the power of the spoken word teaching on there. So we are going to stay right here with all of you. And if YouTube goes down, we are going to rely on you, collective, because many of you are going to be in fear, but we advise you not to be in fear, because the ascension is not a competition. It's nothing to fear. Stay in love, stay in peace, stay in healing. Do your grounding, centering, and protecting work that Yeshua gave you in his class, Healing and Clearing Protocol, on his Learn It Live platform, and his other class, Fire of Christ Embodiment course, that teaches you how to meditate and integrate. Stay on your path of love, not of fear. Duality wants you to go off course onto fear, but stay in your lane of love. You are the beholders of love, as Yeshua himself said. We hope as a husband and wife couple that we can inspire you to bring peace and love to yourself, from yourself, as yourself, onto others. As our number one mission as a husband and wife couple is to be the embodiment of I am. And as Yeshua said, there are words, actions, and deeds. We are not preachers. We're not going to preach biblical text to you unless Father, Mother, Adonai has a specific one for us to elaborate on. Yeshua has already done those on his channel, Christ Phoenix Running Academy. We are a division of Christ Phoenix Running Academy. But there is no divide. We're all one. We're all equal. This is just me, medium Mikala Martin, aka Stacy Martin, and my husband, Chris, aka Pablo, doing it from our true self point of view. This is what this channel is. It is a continuation of I Am from a true self perspective. We will be talking about how to integrate your true self into your everyday expression, gradually and slowly. And we will be talking about how to make it easier upon the light warriors and starseeds that have agreed to take form right now for the ascension process, as it is very challenging at this time. So we will be talking about a lot on this husband and wife channel, the I Am Octave. And you can take notes if you wish, and share us with open-minded and open-hearted brothers and sisters. We love you all. We are as you are. We are all one. We are all equal. And we're all one unit of Christ consciousness arising again. Do not fear, do not fear, do not fear, but abide in divine love. We are Mikala and Chris, or Stacy and Pablo, in our physical forms. When our true selves speak to you, they will speak to you nothing but love, unconditional love, as they speak different. We speak different. We are not separate from them, nor are they from us. We are Stacy and Pablo. That is the sole essence of the God power, goddess power within. The part that is unlimited, unfiltered, uncensored, unprogrammed by illusion and duality. The part of us that remains with Father, Mother, God, I Am, Creator, that is one with that energy of divine love. The I Am Creator knows and does all things through us. We know nothing. We are a mere aspect of the One. If that makes sense, loves. So again, only share us with open-minded and open-hearted brothers and sisters. Hopefully this teaching rundown will assist you at this time for the greater good of humanity. And again, take what resonates and leave the rest. If you want Yeshua's courses, books, official services, you can go to the Ananda Family website, ChristPhoenixRisingAcademy.com, for more information and details. We send you our love and divine peace at this time. And so it is. And so it is.